Hey, what's up guys? A few weeks ago, I cooked the most amazing turkey breast I've ever cooked in my life. I did butter injected turkey breast, but the first comment I got on that video was from someone who really didn't like turkey breast, and they said, man, I hate turkey breast. All I like is the dark meat. You know who you are, Matt. So in this video, I'm gonna butter inject some turkey thighs and drums, and I'm going to cook it up to 165 degrees internal, measuring it with my meter probe, my wireless probe thermometer, and I'm gonna smoke it on my Traeger with some hickory pellets. It's gonna be amazing, guys, and it's also gonna be my dinner. So the first step is we wanna brine our turkey thighs. I brine these thighs in a concentration of water. It's 1 cup of kosher salt to 16 cups of water. That's the brine solution I always use, and I brine them for 6 hours. So that should add some nice salty flavor all throughout the meat, and it should allow them to retain a lot more moisture. Now I'm gonna grab some paper towel, because step 2 is that we wanna dry these turkey thighs off and start preparing them with some butter injection and rub. So we'll get these nice and dry because they are soaking wet. And the more moisture we can take off of the skin, the more crispy that skin is gonna get. And that skin needs all the help it can get to get crispy, because turkey skin, man, I tell you what, it's, I just got some in my mouth, Sorry, I just got some turkey in my mouth. I'm probably gonna get sick now. Great. So we'll dry this guy off, and I'm gonna dry this guy off as well. Look at these are monster thighs. Let's get this nasty turkey juice out of here. Now I'm really patting these dry, giving them a really good drying with these paper towels. I hate killing trees, let me tell you, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for the good of the barbecue. All right, there we go. Step number 3 is we're going to butter inject our turkey thighs and our drums. So I got this melted butter here, just in a long, tall mason glass, and it's still pretty liquid. As soon as you inject this into the cold turkey, it's gonna pretty much solidify. So I'm gonna start at the bottom of the drum, and I'm just gonna poke it in, inject, inject, inject while I'm pulling back. And it'll probably squirt out a little bit here. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. And give it another one. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a triangle pattern here. I don't know if I need a ton of butter injection in that thigh. Sorry, the turkey drumstick. Now I'm gonna do the actual thigh itself, and we'll just go sideways here. A little bit of a injection. Gonna switch directions. Oh yeah, it's ballooning up with buttery goodness. Feel like the honey boo-boo of barbecue, butter injecting everything. Instead of butter and sketty, it's butter and turkey, butter and chicken, butter and whatever. All right, that one's done. Now we're going to inject the other one. Again, I'm gonna go, that would be the wrong way. I want to go from the bottom first, because these holes don't matter as much near the bottom of the drumstick. I'm not going to mess up the skin as much. So we'll do an injection there. Oh, butter is nice and hot. Oh yeah. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, sometimes it fires back on you, so be careful of that. And we're just gonna do their last turkey thigh here. All right. Okay, there we go. Butter injection is done. So step number 4 is we're gonna apply our rub, and in order to do that, I need to clean my hands off. You can see, because the butter is starting to sort of congeal and get colder, it's now sort of solidifying on my hands. I'm just gonna go wash my hands, get all that turkey nastiness off, because I need to apply some of this canola oil. And cross-contamination is real, guys. All right, so we're taking a little bit of oil here, just canola oil. I like canola oil more than olive oil because it's got more of a neutral flavor. We're gonna pour a little bit on there, a little bit on there. And now, I'm gonna close that up. I'm gonna keep this hand, no, I'm gonna keep this hand clean. I'll keep this hand clean because I'm gonna apply the rub with this hand. And I'm going to rub all that oil on top of the skin. You don't have to get both sides because we're not too worried about getting that oil on the actual meat. I just want to get it on the turkey skin so that we can crisp it up a little bit. So we'll just get that nice and applied. And then where's my rub? Where's my rub? All right, so I found my turkey rub. This is just a basic turkey rub. It's got some paprika, it's got some poultry seasoning in it, and it doesn't have any salt in it because this turkey has already been brined. So I don't want to add any extra salt, but I'll put this recipe to this rub in the description section below because I don't remember what's in it at this point. So I'm just going to sprinkle it actually on the back first because I don't want to mess up the presentation side. So we'll just do a nice little coating there, flip it over, and we will do a final coating on top. Very light coating, don't need a lot of this rub. Also, mainly because I don't have a lot of it left, but you also shouldn't put a ton of this rub on because you don't really need it that much. Okay, and we'll do a nice coating here. There we go. This rub has some turmeric in it. Turmeric. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's adding some nice orange color to the turkey, which will look really nice when it starts browning up on the Traeger. And now step 5, we're gonna put our turkey thighs and drums on the Traeger. I've set it to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, so we're cooking it quite hot because we want that skin to get crisped up, and we want a higher temperature because we want to render out and soften up all of the tough connective tissue in these drums and thighs. There's a lot more tissue and interconnective tendons in there than there is in the breast, obviously, so we want to break that all down. So I'm going to insert my meter probe to monitor the temperature. I'm inserting it into the thickest part of the drumstick. That's going to cook the slowest, and I'm going to monitor the temperature until it hits 160 degrees internal. At that point, I'm going to do some quick checks with my Thermapen just to ensure that the temperature on both sets of drumsticks and thighs is all at 160. And then I'm going to remove it from the Traeger. I'm going to let it rest for about 15 minutes on the cutting board, and then I'm going to cut into it. All right, guys, we've had these turkey thighs and legs resting for about 15 minutes now. I wanted to update you on one thing that happened during the cook that was a little bit unexpected. So I mentioned that I put the meter probe in the thickest part of the drumstick because that cooks the slowest. What happened is actually the thickest part of the thigh right here cooked the slowest, and I actually got my temperature all the way up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit in the drumstick while the thigh was still struggling to get to 160. So I waited until it got to 160. Unfortunately, the drumstick got up a little bit higher than I wanted, but that's okay because this drumstick, as I said before, has a lot of interconnective tissue and it can handle the extra heat. It's got more fat in it, and it also has all that butter. So we'll see when we actually cut into it how it held out, but I just want to let you guys know, if you're inserting that remote probe thermometer or your wired thermometer into the turkey thigh and drumstick, then you want to insert it into the thigh because that will cook the slowest on the Traeger. So now let's cut into this guy and see what we got. I'm just gonna cut right into the joint here so I can cut this drumstick off the actual thigh. All right, there we go. And we'll do the thigh first. Put this guy over here. All right, let's see if we can cut right into this. And we'll take a look. Wow, that actually looks amazing. That looks so delicious. Look at this. I'm gonna do the obligatory squeeze here. Yeah, that is a lot of juice coming out of that turkey thigh. That is crazy. And we can take a look at the drumstick. As I mentioned, I did overcook it a little bit, but it still looks really good. It still retained a lot of moisture. All that butter coming out looks amazing. This looks really good. Just falls apart like that. That's great. This looks really good. Look at all that moisture retention in there. That looks amazing. Just bring it over here. Oh man, this looks so good. Look at this. Look at all the juice coming out of this turkey thigh. That's crazy. I've never seen a turkey thigh that's that tender before. That's so crazy. Now let's snag a bite of this because I can't wait any longer. I can see why people like the dark meat better. It's got a lot more flavor. It's got that really nice flavor that turkey breast just doesn't have. Turkey breast is more neutral. This flavor is just out of this world. The bark, well, it's not the bark, but the spice rub that we put on it is so good. The skin is really crispy and it just breaks apart in your teeth. The meat is super tender. And the flavor of the dark meat is out of this world. Just mixed with all that fat and the moisture and the rub. So good. Guys, I've got a ton of turkey videos now. If you want to learn how to spatchcock a turkey, smoke a turkey whole, smoke turkey breast separately, smoke turkey on a Weber kettle, smoke turkey on a Traeger, smoke turkey on an Oklahoma Joe's. I'm gonna link a couple of those videos in the top left and right of the screen if you guys want to check those out, and I'll see you in the next video.